Welcome to another episode of Coaching Football with Brian Clee. Here in episode 6, we're pulling a little bit of an audible. Was planning on covering how to defend both the counter and play action passes out of the full house tee, and I just could not get the episode less than 40 minutes. I tried twice. It didn't get less, and always had the goal of keeping these things to about 30 minutes. So if you're looking forward to how to defend some of the play action passes out of the full house tee, that'll be coming up in the next episode, episode 7. Right now, episode 6, let's focus on stopping the counter play out of the full house tee. Real quick before we get into fitting the counter, a quick recap of our defensive philosophy and scheme. If you have not checked out episodes 1 through 5, they are linked down below, and I go over this in a little bit more detail. In the end, I believe that defensively, every run fit must be consistent based on given keys and reads for the individual positions on the defense. Every sound defensive scheme is going to have some sort of force defender setting the edge. It's going to have inside defenders filling gaps. It's going to have an LE player in between the force player and the gap fillers, and then somebody responsible for the backside cutback, or especially in this episode, the counter. We also prefer to spill and kill the ball. We believe it gets the ball out on the perimeter and just lets us get more tacklers to the point of attack. It lets all our guys know how to play downhill and just play fast. And lastly, we prefer to primarily play matchup zone coverages from a too-high shell, as we really believe it allows us to get 11 defenders to the ball and to be tacklers on every play, which against the tee I think is extremely important. So, talking about the consistent keys and reads. Power and counter, to me, and when you look at it, it's almost the exact same play, especially for the inside 7 out of an odd too-high fit here. In both situations, our play side linebacker will look at the counter primarily, because that's what this episode's about. But that play side linebacker, he gets an open B gap. He sees that guard down block. He sees an open window. He's going to attack it and fill it. And we count on getting a scrape player out of the backside inside linebacker on both the counter and power, because they're either picking up that guard pull or they're getting that halfback. Both of them are keys and indicators to go this way. And the only thing that maybe makes counter a little harder to defend is it requires genuine eye discipline. It forces us as coaches to really hold our players accountable, to have high expectations on them keying their read and actually executing their assignments based on that read. If that linebacker is staring at the guards in front of them, we're going to get an open window, and we're going to get the backside linebacker coming across, checking, open window, closed, and maybe all the way out on the perimeter. From there, we've got the 9 technique. Now, instead of spilling a halfback, he gets the tight end down block and the double team. He's going to spill the guard. Our 4 or 5 technique is going to flip his hips, split the double team. The 0 technique knows, same thing. Either it's a center reach and kind of a combo trying to get to that backside backer, or it's a double team, and again, he's fighting to get into that A gap, flip his hips, split the double team, and make a play on the ball. Backside, we've got our backside 4 or 5 tech and our 9 tech outside linebacker. Both of them are going to try and hit pocket pullers. Most T teams prefer to pull that guard, trying to kick out, and then pull the tight end to wrap up through. Again, very similar to power, where there's still a kick out, but now it's the guard instead of the halfback. There's still a wrapper, but now instead of the guard wrapping on power, it's going to be the tight end. What's really different on counter, and this lets us potentially get more ball players to the point of attack and to really make sure the counter goes nowhere, is the secondary. Corner's still going to play force on the side the action initially comes to, because he sees a step this way in full flow for a second, and he's got to respect that quarterback coming out in case it's some sort of naked bootleg. The safety is keying that tight end to near back. He sees that tight end pull, even though the near back's going to jab and come back, and that would be a key on itself, that tight end pulls. The only thing that can really come back over here is that quarterback booting out, and maybe some sort of flag, or I mean post, excuse me. So he sees that tight end pull, he can become a linebacker. He confirms the backfield. He can become, again, a linebacker and start working to the point of attack. Play side safety is going to fit in the alley, outside the spill, and inside of our corner, who was a cutback player if it was power. He starts on that cutback fold. He picks up that opposite halfback is coming back, that the develop of the play ends up being just a little bit slower, and he's now going to put his foot in the ground, come up and force and make sure the ball comes back inside. We do not use even too high against the T. If I did, this is how we would fit up the counter. Most T teams, they're going to have that tight end blocked down on the C-gap 7 technique. They'll have their double team, so the 3 techs flipping his hips, trying to get through there. You got the backside hip pocket guys, linebackers downhill. I would still coach them to be spill guys, because you're getting the ball out to the perimeter. Corner is going to be forced. Most likely he's going to get turned into the kickout guy, which is fine. He's taught to always keep that outside arm free when he's taking on blocks. And then both safeties should be able to fit in the alley, because you got the play side safety. He immediately can pull his trigger off that tight end down block. And the backside safety, he can start to scrape and become an extra linebacker when he sees the tight end pull, and then confirms that the halfback's also going away. Odd one high fits. I do not know how to best coach a one high safety to actually support the run, to really be an alley runner, without that kid also getting his eyes lost at times and not being in position for play action. So we will use this front at times. Overall, the fit ends up being very similar to the 2 high fit. The difference is there's a linebacker that they absolutely cannot get blocked here. So if everyone's picking up their keys, we got the spill, we got the downhill fit out of the play side linebacker. We've got our 3-0-3 guys. They're all essentially getting down blocked. They're trying to rip underneath that and cause some penetration, maybe pick off some pullers. Hopefully we get a hip pocket out of the back. And then that backside linebacker, if we get all those gaps filled and closed off, we might get him to scrape all the way out, or even that middle linebacker might be scraping out through all the spills. Corner's going to force it, and ideally that safety at some point, he picks up, hey, this tight end's hooked up on a linebacker, this tight end pulled, I can pull my trigger and go. Even one high fits, I do like this a little bit more, because you get both with 5 techniques. With C-gap defenders, the tight end at the point of attack has to block down or double, in most cases, that 5 technique. So 5 techs flipping his hips, trying to create penetration. That safety, he's going to pick up quite quickly that both tight ends are blocking. We've got play sides down, backside's pulling. I can start to run the alley towards the point of attack. And from there, consistent fits, we would teach our play side linebacker, you got open B gap, try to run through it, try to make a play in the backfield. Maybe you pick off a puller, which is almost as good as making a tackle, because that means your backside linebacker on his scrape, the corner, the safety on the alley fit, they're all going to show up on blocked, and we're going to have something good happen. Here we go to the film. You're going to have the tight end on the bottom of the screen and guard on the bottom of the screen. They're going to pull to the left. It actually ends up being a quarterback counter. We'll progress through it kind of slow here. Tight end starts to go. We're trying to get a hip pocket out of our backside 5 and our backside 9, because they're guard and tight ends pulling. Play side, you see our linebacker starting to fit downhill. He's looking for an open window, and we create quite a mess. Actually, we get the ball to come out. Could have been a huge play. Luckily, one of their guys, for them, falls on the ball pretty quickly. Even slower from the end zone view. Play side 9 technique. He is punching that tight end. Because he gets hands on that tight end, he keeps working down inside. That tight end is not going to get a great block on our inside linebacker. Also, that makes the 9 technique really hard for the guard to locate. Our will linebacker fits in the C gap. Our 5 technique was on a called squeeze. He's in the B gap. And our 0 tech knows his pad levels is a little high, but he's doing a great job fighting into that play side A gap. And now the guard spilled. Our 9 tech is completely unblocked because he fit it tight. And he's going to show up, make a tackle for a 2-yard loss. Gets the ball to come out. Our corner comes up. He's forcing. Our backside linebacker scrapes across, and if he's just a step faster, we got a big turnover. So right now, you see the fit starting to happen. We got our 4 technique. He's on a called squeeze. Our 9 technique. He's on a called squeeze as well. Again, it's 3rd and 8. T teams, their favorite play is probably trap. Play action's a possibility, but we got guys to take care of that. We've got all the inside gaps fit. Our play side linebacker peeks real quick, making sure nothing comes through his window. One quick little side step, and he's completely unblocked. Tight end's not going to get there. And we make a tackle for a no gain. That outside linebacker is going to do a great job here at, I believe, the point of attack. Completely resets the line of scrimmage. He's stepping and striking through the inside half of that tight end. Going to create quite a bubble for the guard and the tackle, or guard and tackle. This was GT, and big play. So again, reset the line of scrimmage. That tight end did not get off the ball clean. I'm pretty sure he's trying to, because here comes the backside guard. Right now, complete mess. And a real good job by our backside outside linebacker. Watch him one more time on this view. Comes down, starts to hit pocket that tackle actually, and makes the play from behind. Real great ball player named Jermaine Smith for us. Very energetic. So outside linebackers once again. Down inside, chasing, ripping at the ball. Good stuff. This play is one of my favorites. 0 tech knows, going to get, again, this is why we like an odd front. He's going to completely reset the line of scrimmage, get underneath the center's pad level, and push him back. It's going to knock a guard off his pull track. And the backside 9 technique, again, we're on a called movement. We're all squeezing, pinching our inside gap. He goes to punch that inside half of the tight end, and that tight end starts to pull. He understands from practice all week, when that tight end pulls, the ball goes to where the tight end's pulling. There he goes, ignores the fakes, makes a tackle from behind. 0-yard gain, we're happy. Here he is again. This is going to be a mess from this view. You can see right now, though, all the yellow inside. We've fit 5 of the 6 interior gaps. You can see how clean our inside linebackers are going to be. And right now, our corner and safety, great eye discipline out of them. They see the down block on that 9 technique that ripped inside. He knows he can start to pull his trigger. The safety is flat-footed. He's ready to run the alley because he's confirming. All right, tight end down block, my halfback. He's not coming out for a pass. We can come downhill. And just, again, great play, chasing from behind by our 9 technique. our corner and safety are even a little slow, but because that 9 technique was playing so aggressively, he trusts the pull of that tight end to take him the ball. Play side inside linebacker, he's stepping forward, sees that B gap has been closed off completely by the squeezing 4 tech. Our 9 tech is in the C gap. We got the nose again in A gap. That backside linebacker is going to be able to scrape across clean, because as the guard pulls, that A gap that he was maybe going to be responsible for, our backside 5's closing that. And as much as number 3, our play side linebacker, ends up actually scraping, it's not much. He's just coming a little bit outside of that 9 technique. He's still inside. I like that. That's actually a great shot. He's still spilling the wrap of either the guard or the pulling tight end, which ensures, if our backside linebacker had better eye discipline on this play, very good ball player, he's a junior in this shot, and he grew tremendously as he was a senior. He gets his eyes lost just a little bit. Both linebackers are treating it like this play right at him. Right now, with the way that number 3, named Robbie Schroeder, he comes across, he's spilling. If our backside linebacker was scraping, we'd have 2 guys right now on the tackle, and we still have a bonus safety and corner out here if the ball wouldn't get tackled from behind. Here's a slightly different variation of a counter. Ends up being a trap T. And our corner, this was late in the game, and we know we got to make some plays happen. Corner's extra aggressive. That was a call for us. He's down inside, and he makes the tackle. End zone shot. So what's different here? This backside tackle is going to pull, and he's looking to kick out our 9 technique. Here he comes. 9 techniques got hands on that tight end. They're starting to double team our 5. 5's on a movement. It'd be nice. We don't get inside like we want to out of our 9 tech. He's definitely kicked out. But our corner fits the near hip and makes a big time tackle late in the 4th quarter when we're being a little extra aggressive because of the situation. And you can see, we'll show this one more time. You can see our safety, because that tight end's down blocking and he got hands on our 5 right away. That safety is behind the big old tackle there, and he's going to be in position even if the corner wouldn't have been as aggressive. And here we go. This one, again, consistent run fits. All these DBs are trying to find work. As the play goes away, number 2, our corner, and number 1, our safety, both of them are looking for the next thing that comes out. And this play's just a weird play. Our 9 technique goes down inside. He actually tackled the tackle. That's the problem there. And because of that, the ball gets lost for a second. And our DBs converge on it, and they save something that should have been a touchdown because of the nature of the play and the pace of the play. The guys felt like it was tackled. Because they stay alive and active, they only let it go for a first down, and we get to live for another play. End zone shot, just let it go full speed here. A little slower developing, and that almost got the tackle from our 9 technique. Problem is, and this is a good illustration of why we prefer to spill, that 9 technique doesn't get inside. That's the guard he tackled. Doesn't get inside. And because he doesn't get inside, he's kicked out. Take it right where he's kicked out. Right now he's kicked out. So there's going to be just a little bit of a crease. Not much. Halfback keeps his legs churning. Keeps going. And again, great play out of our DBs. And I think it's super important to go back and show clips like this to your guys and let them know, hey, this is why we do what we do. This is why you being disciplined and you worrying about your assignment is so important, because it saves a touchdown. It gives you another chance to play defense and keep them from getting in. As always, guys, if you have questions or comments, please leave them down below. I'll get back to you as quickly as possible. Check me out and follow me on Twitter at Coach Klee. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you like what you see. And if you have anything that maybe requires a longer response, hit me up at coachbrienklee@gmail.com. Thanks as always for tuning in. See you again.